It go crazy. It go crazy. It go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way for the O2. Go crazy like a dum-dum. East side homeboy, where I come from. Dance on the floor till you go numb. No fighting, no hating, no red rum. This is O City. All the way to the bay, hit the bass, feel me. Catch a case cause it's beating up your Chevy. Get you moving side to side, getting out sweaty. Make it work it, work it, work it out. Turn the volume up loud. It's a draw crowd, make it all shout. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Hit play on the track and I'm ready. Like a quarterback, Tom Brady. Catch it all in the friends. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA.
They love us. We hope the buzz will come to club up. They pay the rugs up soon as we turn the subs up. Everybody hands high like a drug bust. Yeah, I'm from the west, only don't you see the dubs up. Baptize him on the spot, fill the tubs up. Fraternize with the flock and tell them fill the cups up. The show though, original, the type is proto. I go, crazy, crazy, yeah, loco and solo. The coach and loco represent the Ocho. Immersing together to put the devil in the chokehold. Either I leave him on the mat flat out, I squeeze until he black out, or when they see him tap out, they go crazy.
Go, go, go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go, go, go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go, go, go crazy. Go, go, go crazy. Go, go, go crazy.
What's up? What's up? What is going on, Scoop family? It is time to get this show started. First and foremost, I want to thank you for tuning in with us on this fine Tuesday evening. We've got a really, really great show. As you see, we've got a guest that we will introduce here in a moment. So we are right. So we have got a really, really great show in store for you. If you are new around here, I always like to tell you how we like to get down. We are a very interactive show, so I invite you to follow us on all social media platforms. You can do that by following us on YouTube at The Scoop Show. You can also follow us on Facebook at Real Scoop Show, as well as on Instagram at Scoop Radio Show. And since you are here with us on right now, I would very much appreciate it if you would please go ahead and hit that share button. Let everybody on your main feed know where you're going to be for the next little bit. Tell them on the main line where you're going to be, right here with the Scoop and the crew. We got the passion talk going on with the fire starter a little later on. So yeah, it's a good conversation. So you want to go ahead, tag them in. If you know somebody's going to enjoy it, go ahead and hit that tag and react and let us know where you are tuning in from and all that good stuff. Make sure you drop us comments throughout the show to let us know what you are thinking. Hey, Toya, how you doing, sis? Good to see you. So yeah,
Rose in the house.
Okay, right. Go on and make sure you sound off on this evening, ma'am. We always love to hear your thoughts on these wonderful topics, always. So yeah, as you can tell, we like it for you to jump on in there, let us know what's going on. Hey, sis, I see you, Kels, what's going on? Boss lady in the building. So yeah, everybody is tagging in. So go let your people know it's time for the scoop.
What's up? Okay.
Hey, okay. Yeah, we hit these coasts. Yes, right, sis. And I'm smack dab in the middle. Right in the middle. I just want to go Good morning.
We started early.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, as you can tell, we're ready to get it in. So Wynn, how are you doing, babe?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. Glad for that Brandon is here with us, that we got a good show tonight. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And once again, I'm not the only guy. So, I always love the show where I'm not outnumbered. So yeah. I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. So Brandon, how you doing, brother?
Yes,
I am good, man. I'm excited to be.
Brandon, tell us what's going on.
I'm so excited to be here with you all. It's amazing to be here with you today. I'm enjoying just listening even to the intro. I think we're gonna have a good show tonight.
Oh yeah.
Good. Real quick, so let me go ahead and introduce. So this is, for y'all who don't know, this is D. Brandon Campbell. He got this, when you get big time, you take off your first name and go by your middle name. So he's author extraordinaire, five-time bestseller, four-time about to be five. Okay.
Right, we claiming that fifth. It's okay.
Yeah, best-selling author. And so he is, so his latest book is called Redating. And so it just came out in February, already best-selling. And so he's here tonight to talk to us about, to talk with us, to hang out with us tonight. So it's good to have you here, man. This is long overdue. So glad to have you, man.
Thank you, man. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, and so here's my only ground rule. You gotta always agree with me. No, I'm kidding. Tonight, now this is, y'all know how this is. Y'all know how the scoop is. We talk, we disagree, we agree, we talk crazy. This ain't church, so we gonna do what we do. So y'all, did you already do the follow social media? Or did I did. Okay, I was too busy eating this soup.
You was really eating the soup. It looked delicious from over here.
Listen, this chicken noodle, and I'm gonna continue to eat it.
I thought it was cereal at first, but it's soup. So I bless you for your soupage.
Chicken and rice, chicken noodle and rice.
Listen, I smashed Nana's tacos right before.
Listen, look, I saw that plate that your mama brought to you. I said, I need to move.
Bruh.
Them taco, I was like, really? This what she do for lunch?
Yeah. Nana, moms gets down, honey. That is what we were raised with. Like, she should have been a chef. She plates like everyone. She does it just like the chefs do. You know what I mean? She don't play no games, honey. No games.
She that's lunch. But all right, anyway. Yeah. So let's jump into these hot topics. We got a lot to talk through tonight. So, okay, here we go. I have to find where I'm at. This first one is Michael Bays. And so Tanisha Johnson wrote, "This is the first thread where I've seen women praise men like this, but at the expense of bashing other women. Why are we like this? Ladies, we need to do better. She says, I have no male friends, only men I talk to. Women will always be my first go-to for a deep and meaningful friendship." She says that as a reaction to, why do so many women have more male friends than female? First, let's talk about the post, and then we'll talk about what Miss Tanisha Johnson had to say. Mm-hmm. So, what are your thoughts?
We're first talking about the post.
Yeah.
Why do women have more male friends than female friends?
Mm-hmm.
Because women are dramatic with each other. That's why. I believe so. There are some women who love that type of energy because either they have that type of energy or it balances them, so it settles well with them. But on the vast majority, when women share this type of feedback, it's because they've had some type of over-the-top or multiple over-the-top experiences where it's just like, okay, this was just too much. You know what I mean? And once you have so many of those experiences and you don't have it with the other, out of process of elimination, you end up gravitating towards the side that you do not have that thing that rubs you that way. In my experience, and I said this on the post, this used to be very much me. I have always been a very even keel kind of person. I'm very like, hey, down there. I don't do a whole lot of extra, regardless of who. Like I'm team keep it real easy breezy around here. So me and women have had more static because of that. And I'm not always yeah girl, team woman all the time just because we're women. And as we get older, that becomes more of an issue than when we were younger. As younger is more of the competition thing. As you get older, you need somebody to co-sign your BS. And I don't co-sign well. My mama told me don't be co-signing. You know what I mean? So that stuck with your girl. So it took me to get 30 plus before I was able to gravitate towards and those types of women manifested in my life that were also like me. So now I have a handful of male friends and a vast majority of female friends because I found my tribe. I found women who move like me. You know what I mean? But I think this is one of those things that we go through in stages more than anything.
You're also very I said the same thing I said to you last week. You're also very rational. Like,
yes.
So I think that's part of the thing. Like I said,
we don't often do rational well. I just have to say we're not always supposed to rational as a group.
You're very rational, and like you said, it's a lot of it is the expectation of whatever's going on. You're going to be on my same team, whatever emotion I'm in, you're gonna go with me. Yeah. And you're the one. You'd be like, nah, girl, you set you off. So, and that's good. So, yeah, Brandon, what you thinking?
First of all, I love what you said there. That was just amazing. You know, I've never been a woman. I've been a man a long time. I've never been one, so I don't know about women having more male friends. I am a man. I do have female friends, but oftentimes I've been a friend that replaces something else that they needed in their life. Maybe just a big brother or sometimes even a father figure, you know, even though I'm a younger person, but just having to be there for them. And, you know, men, we love to feel needed. So if you have a female friend that needs you as a real friend, not some secret low down stuff you got going on, but a real friend who might need you to hang a towel rack or, you know, fix the bowl pipe or something like that. You know, it's a good feeling. So, you know, it can balance out well if it's a true friendship. It can also, you know, go a little crazy because, you know, I've had some friendships where, you know, the girl got out of line and moved out of the friendship zone. Yeah. And it's like, what you doing? Wait a minute, what you doing?
Hold on.
Listen,
come on back.
We didn't agree to this. And you funny looking. So I think we should not cross the line just because we've been single. It's okay. We should stay single. We should stay single. So it can go both ways. And I think, you know, when you have that true friendship, no matter what the sex is, but, you know, for the purpose of this question, I love that you said there's a balance there. And I think we need more of that because society, you know, tells people that men and women can't be friends. And I'm like, really? Like, are we that sexualized that we can't be around the opposite sex without trying to have sex with them? I'm like, that is like, wow, we need some counseling as a society. This is terrible. But when you find that, you know, because also as a guy, I'm sure Wynn could, you know, attest to this, like we need balance too. We need that energy. We need, you know, sometimes we're around too much testosterone. We want somebody to smell like strawberries or whatever y'all call it.
Absolutely.
That blossom, Jesus, whatever it's called. Like we need some of that too, just, you know, to balance out our lives.
Absolutely. Yep, I agree. I would. The only thing I would add to it is, I think it adds not just a balance but a completeness. Like for me, it's a perspective because I know I can get into my, you know, my way of thinking that's typically through my purview, through my view of the world. And so if I'm not surrounded or introduced to something different, then no, it's one of the reasons why, you know, why I enjoy the times that when I enjoy having two female co-hosts, because it's like, I never thought about half the stuff y'all say. So it's really kind of helped frame me. And so when I think now to the way I think today versus how I thought 5 years ago, I'm like, man, it's really, I could really see the impact of being surrounded by women who I actually listen to and support, and and give value to my life. And to your point, never cross that line. Which is, I think, is what people think, like, either only way I heard when it's the only way men and women can be friends is either you used to sleep together, you want to sleep together, or they so ugly that you would never sleep with them.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's a very immature way to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is reducing. We have that is saying that overall we have, as adults, because we're not talking about children, we're talking about adults at this point. That's speaking to a lack of self-control. We are honestly, we're saying that we lack the self-control to separate what we would like to let's say human instinct to, we're reducing what are real possible relationships and that you could have value from to just smashing. Like, we're deeper than that. You know what I mean? We're deeper than that.
Yeah, I love that, and and not just self-control, but to add to that, discipline. I've even heard taught in church before that you shouldn't have attractive friends, and I'm like, am I of the opposite sex? Am I only supposed to be around ugly women? I don't. What do y'all? Where y'all get this from? No, I shouldn't have to have sex with every attractive woman in my life. It should not have to be. I'm a grown man, and I should be able to look at you and say you're beautiful and appreciate who you are. And if we're friends, that's who we are. We are friends, and that's what it is. And it makes no sense that we can't do that. And to your point, like, we missing out on valuable, relationships and friendships because that's the mentality. And there's some big platforms out there that are spitting that kind of stuff. There's some famous folks who do relationship teaching, but they comedians. I'm not gonna say no names, but and they saying, can't no man be no friend with no woman. Really? So what about the women on your staff? What about other women in your life? Is it when you just can't be around women unless you're screwing them? That sounds terrible.
Absolutely. I'll just go to the comments real quick. Latoya says, for me, I'm more comfortable with males since I grew up with brothers. Ebony said, Uckerni T. Ebo, since she said don't say her government name. She says that she's not here for the dramatics. Latoya says the women are taught to compete with each other, like the Beyonce song says. Let's see what else. I have a few girlfriends. A few is almost an understatement. She said, Brandon, that's the whole word. Moving out of the friendship. She said, listen, my problem is a friend, brother, cousin, zone men. That could be interesting. Okay. Can't cross the line without mutual agreement. That is absolutely true. We should have higher self-esteem than sexualizing people. Yes, I'm sorry, I laughed at this one. She said dry humping doesn't kill people.
It does not.
It doesn't kill, but anyway, I digress.
It makes them mad though.
It just makes you frustrated.
Right, it infuriates people.
I see you got some freaks listening to your show, but go ahead. I'll just
listen. We have everybody around here. we welcome everyone. Here's the next one. Here's my question. Yeah, I asked. I think Chelsea posted this one. Ladies, would you be okay with this? So it was a couple at their wedding. Somebody got engaged. So the question asked was, ladies, would you be okay with someone getting engaged or ladies and gentlemen, would you be okay with somebody over getting engaged at your wedding? Brandon, you first.
These weddings, they be interesting. We got a competition complex, sometimes. And they make shows about how crazy people, most especially brides, can get on their wedding day. And so to come on to somebody else's wedding day and ask your girl to marry them, that's a little bit of a mess. I ain't gonna lie. This ain't your day. You did not pay all this money to be up and through here. I paid, and you come up in here with your girlfriend and trying to get engaged. That's a little interesting. Now, personally, would I be mad? No, but I'm a little bit ignorant, so I'm gonna make sure that I make this special moment not so special. I'm probably gonna get on the microphone and say, excuse me, we got a whole thing going on here. Why don't you wait? You done had some drinks and now you eating all my food and now you all up in this beautiful area and now you want to get married. You married that heifer back at home on Chicago Avenue. Don't come up at my wedding when I'm trying to do this with this about us today. So I might have been a little ignorant, but I wouldn't be mad though. It's cool. You can get mad.
That's not mad though. That's not.
No,
mad.
I'm not mad. No. I'm good.
Yeah, don't.
But
do
all
this.
of my friends would know better than that. You know, don't do that to me. You know better. You know better than to do that to me. You know this.
That's facts right there. All of my friends would know. Do not do this at my renewal ceremony. Even I didn't get the big wedding. So, honey, if at this point in the game I have gone through all of the pomp and circumstance of putting the wedding together, I wish you would drop to a knee. The only thing you got to be on your knee for is to retie that shoe, homie. Get up, get up, put it up on the table.
I will run and push you over while you on one knee. I will push you. You better be taking a knee. You better be talking about racism while you take this knee. I know you ain't getting it.
Yes.
I know that's not what's happening up and through here.
You were supporting Colin Kaepernick at the moment.
You better be. That better be what's happening. I'm gonna go over here and do this. Now you can go this way or go this way. Which one you want? Okay, we can do this.
The easy way or the hard way. But you don't you bring your +1 and decide to become one at my day? Don't you do that?
Hey, listen, I don't even know her name. Okay,
exactly.
It was you +1. No. The +1 is not to become one in my wedding today.
Not today.
Not today.
No.
Not today, ma'am.
No.
You better do it outside.
That's a hard no. Tomorrow you can do that. Like, we were so inspired by all the romance and beautifulness at your wedding. We decided that it's time for us to do the do.
Because you know what else too? You know, all the attention gonna turn to you. And this photographer that I'm paying $150 an hour now gonna turn. I mean, look at this. The post got a picture. So it's on my photography. You gonna pay for this photographer? That's what you gonna pay for. That's what you gonna do. That's what
every picture.
I'd have been heated.
That's funny. Yeah,
I would be mad though. I wouldn't be mad though. I would not.
I would be mad. I would be mad. I would be like you would be, and I would send you a bill. Like, since you took up a third of the time, you paying for a third of this reception. Because for those who don't know, receptions are not cheap. So I'm still, look, we were having a conversation, me and my guys the other day were talking about how much we paid for weddings. And I was like, yeah, hell, I want my money back. But anyway, the receptions are just expensive. So
they're more than the weddings.
It is literally 2/3 of the cost is half to 2/3 is the reception. So yeah, not player. Do that later.
Yeah, that's a mess.
Yes.
Whole mess. She said,
mess.
Toya said, don't ask me for permission either. Heck no. She said, and then they didn't bring a gift. Yeah. You know, I think what it is, what was that movie? Was it Best Man when he proposed at the reception? Is that what it was? I think that's what started this foolishness. Is we thought that, you know, because it was cute in the movie, that was something that we should be doing. And I just want people to understand how inappropriate that is.
But when you know what too, I think, you know, if we can go on a little bit of a deeper level, we got to be very careful about being in these type of settings and what type of emotions are triggered in these settings. Because it's easy to be romantic and think about lovey-dovey thoughts and stuff like that. And something like this, it's flowers around, it's music, it's beautiful. But oftentimes, you know, people get married for the wedding, and not get married for the marriage.
That's right.
And so it starts with this kind of mentality of everything is great and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a great engagement, but I think sometimes, stuff like this, you get caught up in a moment. Now, clearly, if you got a ring, you had a plan already, right? But you're doing that. And that's another thing, too. That's so rude. Like, you had a plan. You didn't tell me about this plan, and you came here with this ring. So you knew you was going to try to pull it.
You knew it.
And you even talked to me about it to see if it was cool. So what kind of friend are you really? You just taking advantage of being in this environment. And a lot of relationships that start out, with this fantasy mindset, they don't have the reality that, no, this is going to take work every single day to make this thing successful.
Yeah. And as a woman, I would not want to be proposed to at another woman's ceremony.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum, think enough of me to give me my own day.
Yeah. I agree.
Give me my own day. People have been proposed to in the most random situations. Yeah. You have to choose someone else's thoroughly down to the detailed planned day for another woman to start our union. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm good. I'm a hard pass on that. That's how you end up in a beautiful relationship and shocked when someone says no to you because you done messed up her moment. That's her moment. Every little girl dreams of when she gets the one knee situation and all that, and it is not at her bestie's wedding. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how that works. That's not how that happens. No.
That's a whole mess.
She said, I seen it and then the ring didn't fit. Ooh, that would be bad. That would be bad. But then I'll be sitting there like, that's what you get. Nah.
You ain't playing it very well if you ain't even get the ring size, sir.
Like, that's what you get.
Who were you planning to propose to?
Cicely said, she said, as long as I waited.
Right. Straight up, sis. Straight up. Don't do me like that.
You done prayed and fasted, huh? And then she said, nah, you're not about to steal this moment. I hear you. Oh, God, that's so funny. All right. Whew, next topic. Oh, that one brought me to tears. All right. Both you and your significant other have best friends of the opposite sex. Neither party takes issue with the other spending time with their friend of the opposite sex. As long as they communicate, they will be doing something, with the normal visit being once a week. If one person saw their best friend 3 to 4 days a week, what would your thoughts or reaction be? Give y'all a second. All right. Q. What would your thoughts or reaction be?
I'm reading the details again. There's a lot of words here. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know. This seems I don't know if you can say you don't take an issue with it, but then you put a limit on it. That in itself is already kind of a orange flag to me. The fact that we're limiting something that we say we don't really have a problem with. You know what I mean? And with the normal visit being once a week, if one person saw their best friend 3 to 4 days in a week, what would your thoughts or reaction be?
So,
putting myself in the mindset of the person who set a limit of once a week, I would have a lot of questions if it now became 3 or 4 times a week. If I'm already to the point where I think it only should be 1, and now you haven't communicated to me that there's an additional 2 or 3 times to that 1, now there's an issue of why are you no longer communicating that to me? So yeah, if I was that person, I would probably start to wonder about that and would have some questions about that. Yeah, but I'm still stuck on the why are we limiting it, but then not being honest about the fact that I do have an issue with you spending one-on-one time with this person without me. That's what that boils down to me.
Right.
How are you spending 3 to 4 days with them? How many days you spending with me? How right. That?
It's only 7 in a week.
It's only 7 days in a week. So why first of all, I'm gonna do what you did. I'm gonna dissect this piece by piece. It says both you and your significant other have best friends of the opposite sex. Why? Why? Now I ain't saying folks can't be friends, but both of y'all got friends that are best friends. Best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that one. That's a little much for me. Now I don't have a problem with you being a friend, but your best friend, the one that you're gonna call and tell everything to, the one that you're gonna talk about what's going on with me and you gonna go talk about that with another man. See, when I say it's cool for us to be friends, I mean, and you the opposite sex, I mean we can go get a hamburger. I mean we can go get some Starbucks and we can go hang out and I mean I actually mean associate. That's what I mean. I don't mean that you gonna hang out and you gonna be best friends with a man. First of all, no, you not. Okay, I'm your best friend. I'm your best friend. It's me. I'm your best friend. I really don't understand that one. Now that one, that's a bit much for me. I'm just being for real. Both of y'all got best friends of the opposite sex. Both of y'all need to be single. Yeah, y'all got too many friends that y'all could have anyway. So that's an issue for me. And then to your point, we gonna set a limit. We only set limits and boundaries in areas that we don't trust. So I only trust you to be tempted once a week, as if you can't screw that one time a week, because that's what I'm concerned about. So I do have a problem with it. And if it's your best friend and I like you, how come we ain't all best friends together? I'm gonna get my best friend and you gonna get your best friend and we gonna hook them up and we gonna do some double date. That's what we gonna do, because it ain't gonna be too much 3-4 times a week. Who? How?
Now you got time.
Yeah. That's a lot.
You can't go see. Listen, you can't go see your mama 3-4 times a week. If we in a serious relationship, you got to chill out. You got to chill out. That's too much. That's too much.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't see how you hanging out with your best friend, male or female, once a week, every week.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot.
So for the sake of this question, I do think that 3 to 4 days a week, or that much time, I think 3 to 4 days a month with your best friend is a lot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's solo, especially, like we not all together hanging out and you seeing, that's a lot.
That's a lot when you in a whole committed relationship. And I don't have a problem at all with the opposite sex best friend. I do have a problem if that's your only friend. Now that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I don't even, to Brandon's point, have a problem with you telling. I don't think you should be telling everybody any of our business. But that confident person, that confidant, if you have it, I don't depend. My problem is this: as long as everybody plays in the sandbox, we good.
Mm-hmm.
And you get both of your guys' point. If we're all like I should not have a friendship with your best friend or some type of cordial relationship. Like if this is a dude who I know really is just waiting or just wanting to be your man.
Yep.
Then that's a different problem as opposed to we're really, really best friends.
And we as women have to be willing to hear that.
Yeah,
that is a lot of the time, that the length of time and all that stuff, because a lot of people want to say, I'm not going to automatically nix my friends that have been my friends since before you and all that. Okay, fine. I've actually been one of those people who have said that, because a lot of the friendship, you really can't, you can't really tell another person how they're supposed to feel about an experience they've gone through. Like you can't tell them, oh, we'll just forget that. However, just like women see women,
we see men.
Men see men. And a lot of the times, just like on that post that we talked about earlier when we were talking about the best friends and all that, how women have more male friends, the majority of the men on that post in the scoop said there's a lot of men that don't realize, there's a lot of women who do not realize that their male friends are simply men in waiting. They on that bench.
Absolutely.
And they know they're on the bench. They're perfectly fine being on the bench, because being on the friend allows them to show up, be the knight in shining armor, and go back to being the friend in the cut. And he's won all the points. So our husbands, our significant others, can detect that, where we've been all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and that's just my bro. You know what I mean? So we have to recognize who's really riding for us and who's been riding with us. Like, as a
or trying to rap.
Who's trying to get it right?
Yeah, who's trying to get it right?
Yeah. I mean, to add to your point, one of the issues here is, and I might get a little bit of trouble with this one, but real talk, men are generally the pursuers. So if you, my girl, and you have a male, best friend, I trust you. I don't always trust him.
Yep.
And when you get into a vulnerable moment, though, that's when the guys on the bench make the move, because you get in a vulnerable moment. And so if this is a real best friend, I guess we have to define what a best friend is. It's not somebody that you have the most in common with, that you get you kick it and you cool with. It's somebody who's a confidant, who's close to you, who talks to you, who understands you, who has your back. It's a relationship without the intimacy. Like that's a best friend. And if I'm gonna, you got a male best friend in your life, is it, like, to your point, is it a best friend, or is it a dude in waiting who's waiting for me to mess up so he could swoop in and save the day? Because another issue is when you were single and you had this male best friend, everything can't stay the same when you get into a long-term committed relationship. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have nowadays, is that you want to live exactly how you lived when you were single. But when you get into a committed long-term relationship, everything can't stay the same. And if the one that you care about got a problem with your best friend, he can come over and kick it in this living room with all of us, and we all gonna watch this Meghan Markle interview. We all gonna hang out, whatever her name. We gonna all hang out together. I'm not saying you got to cut it off, but that relationship has to change.
Yep. And your best friend, if that's really his role, will be totally understanding of that. He will be the one to set that in motion.
He should have said it. He should have.
Yep.
He should be the one saying, like,
I'm such and such. I'm best friend. You know what I mean? Glad y'all together. Hey, you know what I mean? Here's my number. You know what I mean? Let's get together. Let's have a beer. That type of thing. That's how that happens. Yeah.
Real talk.
And we don't always
agree.
Allow that.
I think what you said is Brandon, is most important. I think we have to realize when you get into a relationship, everything changes. You can no longer move like a single person.
Yep.
And if you want to move like a single person,
single.
Be single. No, it's just that simple. Here it is. All right, this is going to be interesting. Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. All right. So, my husband came to my office unannounced today. Tell my secretary not to allow anyone in from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
I thought he wanted to talk about something important, but no, he wanted sex. I told him it was my working hours and that I couldn't. He got pissed and tried forcing himself on me. I screamed for help. I give him sex at home when he wants it. We don't have any real sex issues pending. So I don't know what exactly came over him today. When help finally entered my office, he was naked. He got dressed in their presence and then removed his wedding ring and threw it on the floor. He's not home yet. He has not called me since this afternoon. What do I do or say to him when he returns home? Wife. Let's take a moment to take that in. All right. Cute. Wife.
So much wrong with this. So there's obviously issues in this marriage. There are sexual issues in this marriage, and there are communication issues in this marriage. I don't think the husband was wrong in his initial intention. I think his initial intention was innocent. He was trying to do something spontaneous and sexy. And, I called it movie-ish on the post, when movie-ish goes wrong. When she expressed that she was not into it and that it was her job and that was the mindset she was in, that should have been his cue to move around. Even if he said, "You baby, you sure? It's just a little," because that's what men do. And if it's his wife, I don't even consider that as what is it? Me too and her or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't consider that. Come on, that's his wife. But once it was clear that she is not here for the nooner, he needed to move around. especially if she was to the point where she felt like she needed to scream for help. If she hadn't screamed for help, she would have allowed her husband to rape her in her office. Now she's been violated in a place that should be considered safe, period. If she had gone through with it at work, this is the side that we don't always talk about when we talk about everybody getting it in. If she had been caught, sis would have been possibly fired. That breaks all kinds of HR, all kinds of ethics policies, all kinds of things. So you got to know your wife, you got your person, you got to know how their role rolls. You know what I mean? And she might have known this is not going to go down here. This cannot happen here, sir. Like, no. And if he pushed that, that is also violating her trust. This is the safe place for me. You know what I mean? Work is work, and everybody ain't set up like that. Everybody is not set up to drop it like it's hot just because you hot. That does not work that way. And he violated trust. Not only do they have those other issues, now they added a third level of serious trust issues in that situation. I don't know if I'd want him to come home. You stay where you at, sir. After that, you don't need to come home. I expect a charge to come through the credit card and you checking in somewhere on tonight or not, whatever. Like, that physical violation thing is a big one for me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
that. Wow. This is an interesting scenario here. So I think the first thing we have to address here is that this man is controlling. And like you can tell that just from this post. It was controlling when he showed up to her job unannounced. It was controlling when he blocked out time or wanted time to be blocked out on her schedule. Sir, you don't know what she got to do throughout the day. You can't just go block out time on her schedule. That's control. Like you want control. And then when he tried to get it in, he started forcing himself on her. You're doing what? You're forcing yourself on your wife at work, bruh. So now we got some mental things going on. Like there's some kind of break happening up here. Then she's screaming for help. Apparently the screaming for help didn't make him stop. I mean, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
All the way naked.
But this Negro naked. Now he done took everything off. And I mean, it take a while to take off, some jeans and shoes and some socks. And because you can't leave the socks on because you're going to slip and slide on the floor when you're trying to get it in. So you need some grippage. So he took his socks off, he took his drawers off, and he got the good drawers on because he went here trying to get some. So he got the good, like the Calvin Klein drawers on. He done took them off the shirt. He done took all his clothes off. And all the while she's standing there like, bruh, we can't do this right now. Yeah, baby, I know. But what you doing? This is all controlling. And the issue for me is this isn't the first time he showed that he was controlling. So this is a marriage where this guy has a lot of control issues apparently, and he's now decided to escalate. That's what's happening here. He decided to escalate and take it out of the house because if you go down to where she said, I give him sex at home when he wants it. That sounds great as a man. I want a wife that's gonna give it to me when I want it. But even further, I want a wife that we want it together. Not her giving me some because I'm hot all the time and I just want to get it in. I want somebody who wants to be with me like I want to be with her. And I know we'll have some different times where we doing, maintenance sex. I get that. But just from that one line, it sounds like she always giving it up because he always wanted. He's controlling. And the final act of control was, you not going to give me what I want, then I'm going to take my commitment off. I'm going to throw it down on the ground. And then I'm not going to come home as if you did something wrong.
Right. I'm going to gaslight you by being ghost.
So this dude is controlling. And if this is what it went down, baby, you need to go to your mama house.
Yep.
And you need to get up out of that. Because eventually this fool going to turn to Ike Turner. And it's going to be some more issues going on. And, that's a mess. This is a controlling dude. And, I'm all for saving marriages. He needs some counseling, but he didn't try to rape you. I think you might need to slide on about this. You might need to move.
Down the dip, sis.
Yeah. I think she's in denial. Like, to me, this whole thing's like she's really in denial of the state of their marriage because Yeah, I mean, again, I get this is another. I think this is another one of them movie moments gone wrong, like the proposing at somebody else's wedding. However, I think this is y'all got first of all y'all definitely have some sex issues because if he was just trying to be romantic, that's one thing. But at the moment that you're screaming, first of all, you have to scream for help against your own husband. Like that alone is a serious indicator, like that there's a problem. Because when your spouse gets to that point as a man, every alarm of okay, I done went too far is supposed to go off.
Yep.
Stop! I'm hurting her. Like stop. You just kept going. That she had to call for help, and I said on the post, I said, even though this was an unsuccessful try, now she got to go back to work the next day.
Right.
And now everybody in the office now has to talk about,
are you okay?
Are you okay? Let's call, do we need to call the police? Do we need to call? Now your boss is looking at you like, man, I don't even know if I can promote her because she got marriage issues. So you still like this whole scenario. Again, at the point, I get what he was trying to do. If I think it's spontaneity, all of that, office sex, fine, great. But the moment she said no, right before she had to scream, you should have stopped. And when she screamed, you should have been like, "Oh, hold on, wait. Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's make up for it later." And you know what I mean? But yeah,
Could I also jump in and say, how come the door wasn't locked? How did help get in there? How did that happen? How you do that? You didn't even play it out right, sir.
Security got keys. True.
But no, I mean, on a serious note, though, you said this. Well, you need to know your wife too. Like y'all married,
absolutely,
and your wife she not spontaneous. Like you might want to build up to this, bro. You might want to, like grab a booty at the mirror at the movie theater or something first before you go show up. And you got butt naked. I'm sorry. You got butt naked at this woman's office. You got butt naked, sir.
That was the thing to me. Like you committed to this. Oh, you gonna give me some? You know what I mean? Can you imagine the conversation that was happening as those clothes were going off? And she's like, "This nigga's really getting naked in here. Hey, somebody come get this." You know what I'm saying?
Again, the fact that she felt that was the only way to get him to stop, like,
yeah.
And then as I thought through this scenario, I wondered, did he leave naked? Did he put his clothes back on? Like, because security's supposed to take you out. So I mean, is security like, hey, grab your clothes? You know what I mean? Like that. That's just
I would be mortified. I would be absolutely mortified to come back into that place the next day. You talking about working from home, a sabbatical, PTO.
So she might
not want to work from home. She might not want to work from home. She might not want to work there.
Yeah, I'm not working from home. Yeah, you're right. I'm an Airbnb in that thing. I think I deserve.
Yeah.
But no, don't do that.
I just don't find. Like I said, I think that I've never seen this level of this level. But I think that again, it goes back to you got to know your partner. It's all fine and dandy. We're all going to try something and it's not going to work. It's going to happen. But again, when it gets to the moment or to the point where you're violating somebody or they're uncomfortable, then, and this to me is a conversation. Like these are conversations you should have before we even get to that point. Like, what's too far for you? You cool with doing it at work? You're not cool. You cool with doing it in the car? You're not cool. Like what's are you missionary? You like only what's
how high does the free flag fly? Like
let's find out. You a level 10. Like we need to have these conversations so that way we know that we're on the same page. But when you don't have these conversations before and you go in with just the assumptions that I'm gonna get it when I want to, how I want to, or whatever, then it's a problem. And now this is the problem that you run into because he should have known that this wasn't going to work. Or he should have known that there is a possibility that this is going to work. I'm going to try it. And she might not go for this. And so you go, you try it, you see she ain't for it, you like, all right, I'm going to catch you when you get home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be ready. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could have totally remixed.
Yeah, you could have recovered this. You could have been like, man, you could have shot her a text after this if it didn't go this far and be like, I wanted you so bad. I was trying to get it at work. So when you get home, you know it's over. I'm pulling out the baby oil. We getting it in. We getting it in, babe.
At the door.
How come, and that's another thing too, okay, to Wynn's point, you wanted it so bad, you said, well, let's go out to the car. You know what I'm saying? Let's shoot, let's do something a little different, you didn't even try to coerce her and work with her, and you just gonna you're gonna do what I want. This is the control issue, and you need to get up out of that situation.
Yeah, he wanted that salt. He just didn't execute well. That's all that was. And again, I'll say, again, depending on the scenario, like I saw on the post, several people saying she should have done it. And again, it depends on the post. It depends on the scenario. But however, if she didn't want to, she ain't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, do I have a problem? No. No, but if that's what she don't want to do, she don't want to do. Should have asked that. He should have asked that before the marriage.
Yeah, I want my wife to be the kind that, we can go to the office and we ain't got to go all the way, but if you let me could I get a picture? I'm just saying, if we married, we married. I'm just saying we married. We can do some stuff, but when it's to the point where I gotta force it,
that's a problem.
We got some problems here. This not cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things you could try, but if she still say no, she say no.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to move on.
That's when you walk behind her and be like, and rub against it, and she'd be like, "No, I'm good."
I'm gone and about face it. Gonna tap the booty and keep it moving. All right, baby.
I'll catch you next time.
Yes, catch you next time. It's yours. Why we gotta rush it right now? It's yours. Isn't that the perfect thing about being married? That's your forever thing. You know what I'm saying? Why we gotta rush it right now to the point where now you cannot touch me, sir? Go far over there. You know what I mean? Because that is the reaction to that.
Yeah. All right. Last hot topic.
Lord, sis need to be slapped. Sorry, go ahead, man.
Went to Starbucks today, and the cashier left his
Praise God
on my cup. No, she should have went to Dunkin' Donuts.
They don't write on cups. They don't write on cups, Dunkin', sir. They don't write on cups.
At mine they do, but anyway.
They don't, sir.
Starbucks today, and the cashier left this note on my cup. It would have made my day if he didn't work at Starbucks. I'm a real estate agent, and I know I make way more than he does. It sucks, y'all. He was actually cute. I just can't take care of no man. Brandon, what?
I'm a little torn with this one. I'm gonna tell you why. I teach all the time. You can't marry potential. Okay, you can't. You have to marry. If that person is gonna stay this way, the way they are today, for the rest of your life, are you okay with it? Because you cannot marry what you think they're gonna be. You can only marry who they are. So I ain't mad at her for having a vision about not wanting somebody that she want to be seriously with to be working at Starbucks. However, just because you see me in the part of my process, it does not mean that this is fully who I am. And that to me is a problem when you're attracted to me, when I had enough confidence to approach you. And this could have been a vibe, because had you met me somewhere else where I wasn't working, you wouldn't have known I was working at Starbucks at least until the second date or whatever we had this conversation. So you judge me on one area of my life, and you don't know this could have been my part-time job. I might be an entrepreneur, and I'm using this to supplement my income. I might be in school, and I might be doing this to, help pay for school. You don't know what's going on. And just because you become accomplished in one area of your life where you miss real estate agent, it does not mean that this brother cannot add value to your life. If you thought he was attractive, then I would say at least had a conversation, at least talk to the brother, see what he about, because this might be this might be a moment for him. And hey, listen, I'm a dating and say, listen, we in the pandemic. How you know he ain't lose his 6-figure job and he just trying to eat? This reminds me of the actor who used to be on the Cosby Show, who was working at Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
and somebody took a picture of him and was shaming him, talking about with Mr. Famous and he working in the grocery store. The man said, I got to feed my family. I honor a man who will do whatever he got to do to feed his family, because some folks will look at the drug dealer and be like, well, he trying to make it. But no, working at Starbucks, McDonald's, wherever you got to work, an honest job is good enough. And if that's what you took and that's where you are, hey, kudos to you. And this type of stuff sometimes happens, and to the point that we were talking about earlier, you missing out on something probably good because you looking at him in one aspect of his life.
Yep.
Cute.
This just was ugly to me. After reading, I don't know how beautiful she's on the outside, but there was a lot of assumptions made off of 4 words. You know what I mean? That was a lot. And I think this is a lot of what gets us in trouble. We get so accomplished that we forget that we are still people. We're still dealing with people. My pieces of paper, my check marks against that. Who are you? You are someone who looks at someone behind a counter that is providing something to you as less than, because he's not going and doing what you're doing or better than. That's ugly. This ain't cute. It's just not cute to me. And I don't like it when I see it, even from folks who not real estate agents. You know what I mean? There is a certain air about a person who sees people in positions of service that feel as though those people are beneath them.
Yep.
And I think if anything, this pandemic has showed just how much these things are, these positions are necessary, and that regular folks who in any other circumstance, we have no problems respecting, showing gratitude towards, breaking bread with, collaborating with, and all of that. So we need to check ourselves and our privilege that we have to be able to our privilege when we can say to someone, you need to do better because you're not here. You know what I mean? You're not worthy of my energy because you're not here. That's ugly. That's ugly. Drop it.
So I put this in that same category, and I promise not to get on my soapbox tonight, as that guy who likes to tell people that they're not not high value. I put this in that same category of, again, I agree, we don't date potential, but we do date work ethic. We do date, we do marry people who have drive and goals and a plan. And the last time I checked, Starbucks has a great tuition reimbursement plan. Starbucks has a phenomenal health plan, even though I'm team Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks is an excellent company to work for. And so you have, and the last time I checked, as a real estate agent, you are working on commission. So,
and hard as hell right now, because there ain't no houses to sell.
So it's again, it goes back to sticking up my soapbox. It goes back to, we as a society have a really warped sense of value when it comes to people. We are valuing people based solely on exterior things, which in an instant can be taken away, which can rust, which can in a car accident be gone, which, in 2 or 3 bad months, it's, you don't have it. And now all of a sudden you've forgotten that the things that were really important is, what's their character like? Is this a person of integrity? Is this a person who is honest and won't lie to you? Is this a person who will support you when you do have bad months? Is this a person who will praise you when you have great months? All of these wonderful things as a person we desire, want, need, and should have, but we overlook all of that because right now they work in Starbucks. And I don't care if the man is 50 years old. Like you said, Brandon, this could just be a moment. This could be a setback. I have literally seen people go from bank teller to district manager in their 50s and 60s, going from making $12 an hour to $180,000 a year in a matter of 2 years, because they had the ingenuity, the drive, the goal, like all of the stuff that was necessary to do this work, and they just needed a chance. So you don't even know who this man is, and you just made a whole assessment of who this person is and completely missed the important things. You didn't even look at, the important things. The important thing in this is I would have been like, oh, he took the time to write this on my cup.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just write your name. He could have just wrote Shirley Johnson, and that's it.
Right.
But he took the time to and treated you nice and was nice looking, and you didn't even have the decency. So the problem is not you. The question is, or the good thing is, he didn't waste his time trying to get to know you, Ms. Real Estate Agent, because you thought you was all that because you're a real estate and you can't. And no, you should not take care of a man. But you should not. But come on.
He didn't ask you to.
We need to get to that point. The brother's at work.
He didn't ask you to.
He's at work. You don't need you to take care of him.
Yeah.
You know what's also interesting? Years ago, I used to work for Starbucks, and I was a manager for Starbucks. So everything you said about Starbucks is true. It's a very great company to work for. And you know, at one of my stores that I worked in, I had an employee who was just about a millionaire, like had $800,000 in the bank, and was an older gentleman in his 50s or whatever. He just wanted something to do. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be around people, and he enjoyed the atmosphere. So he took a part-time job there. And I think it's so trifling to not take the moment to get to know somebody because you think that where they work isn't good enough for you. And sometimes it takes just a moment to just get to know somebody. You start to realize that maybe you shallow and maybe you need to make some changes. And maybe the reason why you don't have somebody is because you too busy worried about your real estate mess, and you're going to miss out on a good person.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. But he's not a high value anyway.
Nope. Not going to do it.
No value is all in money or degrees. You know, listen, when I was pastor for 7 years, let me tell you something. I counseled just as many people making good money as I did broke folks. Mm-hmm. There is no difference when it comes to life problems and issues. You can have 6 figures and your mama's still gonna die, and you still might need somebody to support you. You could be making 6 figures and you could still go through life issues, and you still gonna need somebody to support you. It ain't just about that. It's good to make some money, but it's a lot of folks who have made money in their careers, but they lack in every other area because all they ever focused on was this one area, education or this career. And so you lack empathy. You don't have discernment. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to connect with people. And a lot of times you miss out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, hit that right on the head. I done seen some interesting stuff. Anyway, all right. So that was Hot Topics. These Hot Topics, of course, are brought to you by first Bob Shamrock. So Bob Shamrock gas station in Oklahoma City, which is owned by our very own Kels Johnson, where you can go in, you can pull up and fill up, get your gas full and get your stomach full. 2901 Northwest 10th Street in Oklahoma City. Again, Bob Shamrock at 2901 Northwest 10th Street in Oklahoma City, where our own Kels is the owner. So you can go ahead and pull up and fill up. Bob Shamrock.
We need to work on a commercial for the pull up and fill up. I see a freestyle on the horizon for that. We need a cool little, some kind of beat, freestyle for the pull up and fill up.
Really like a little, like in there, something.
We have to do it. We have to get it done.
Yeah, we're thinking about that. Of course, advertise with us if you have a business, a product, service that you need to get to a broader audience. We encourage you to advertise with us here. As you can see, we have a wide variety of rates and packages that fit whatever need that you have. So email us at globaldriveradio@gmail.com or inbox me, and we can talk about the package that best fits you and your budget. All right, Brandon, you want to talk about your book real quick where people can find it?
Yeah, of course I want to talk about my book, sir. Absolutely. How much time I got? You need 2 minutes, 10 minutes? How long you need? I can
Go for it.
read some chapters. Like, what do you want me to do? No, man, listen. Me and Wynn have been cool for years, a couple years now. Just an amazing brother. So I'm very excited to be here. I write books to get out a message. I'm not the greatest writer in the world. I never tried to be. I just have something on my heart that I want to share. And so I've written books about Black businesses. I've written books about life and circumstances that I've gone through. But my latest book is called Redating, because I want you to rethink, redo, and renew your thoughts around dating. And I wanted to talk about dating because I see a lot of people who desire to be in relationships, but they don't know how to get there. They don't know how to be successfully single, and they don't know how to pair themselves with somebody so that they can actually build something. And so I wrote this book, Redating, because I wanted to just help people have a different mindset about dating and getting into relationships. And it's an amazing book. I tell everybody this is the best book I've written. It's the 5th book I've written. It's the 4th bestseller that I have. And within 2 weeks, we sold over 5,000 copies on Amazon. So that was amazing to see. God did his thing. God did his thing. I see you feel the spirit. Come on, lift your hands. He's good.
I'm feeling it for you, bro. Yes.
But
It's a beautiful thing.
I saw that there was a lack of a male Christian perspective in the area of dating. And I see a lot of advice out there that are going to women. And I begin to think to myself that I'm single. So I'm gonna have to date women who listening to that. No, this not gonna work for me. I don't want you calling into a show having somebody to rate you based on your size and your height, and the fact if you have kids or not. I will tell you, maybe I'm not high value, maybe I'm medium high value, but I don't care nothing about you having no kid. I don't care nothing about you got a little extra weight on you because I'm a little fat. I ain't got no hair. But guess what? If you got a good heart, if you love Jesus, and when we get into the bed, we'll talk about that later. But my point being is if you are a good person, then you need to know how to attract another good person. So I wrote this book, Redating, so that people can learn how to, first of all, be a successful single person and not be looking for a relationship to fill a void, but looking for a relationship to add value to not just your life, but how can I add value to another person's life? And if we're not mature enough to see that, then we're not ready for a relationship. So I wrote a book about it, and I'm a make any woman that's dating me read my book. So Miss Starbucks, real estate agent, if you listening to the scoop, I want you to go on Amazon and I want you to buy my book Redating, because you got some problems. Because let me tell you something, if the shoe was on the other foot, he'd have took your little end out from that start. He'd have took that apron off of you and that little black hat with that little side, and he'd have took you out. He'd have had you shake that hair loose and you smelling like coffee. And he'd have took you to Fridays and y'all could have got a 2 for $20 and y'all could have hung out with each other and had a good time. But if you read my book, you would know that it's a certain thing that you got to look for in a person that's going to decide if y'all going to be compatible or not. So it's a great book. It's on Amazon right now. I think you'll love it. It's digital and print. It's an amazing book.
Is it on Audible?
It's going to be on Audible in about 30 days. It's on the way. I promise you. Finishing touches are happening now. So I will announce that later on.
Toya says she got to sign hers.
And that's fine. You know what? I'm actually going to do a signing. So this is funny. I'll go ahead and announce it on the scoop right now. I've never done a book signing. I didn't think enough folks wanted my book for me to sign it. I'm being honest. I really didn't. I didn't think. I'm like, I'm not about to buy. Because listen, I wrote the book. I don't print them. I got to buy the printed books. Right.
Right.
So I gotta pay somebody to print these books. And I'm like, I'm not buying all these books, and these folks is not gonna buy these books. They're gonna be sitting up in my living room, and I'm on here every day trying, please buy a book, please just buy a book. I need to buy a book. I need my money back. But you know what? I decided I am gonna go ahead and do a book signing. I'm gonna sell the book at a discounted rate because I just want to get it in more hands, to more people. So the end of March, I'll be sharing that date. I'll share it with the Scoop. I'll do an advertisement on the Scoop. I'll go ahead and put my advertisement on there and let everybody know I will do a signed copy. It's going to be the end of March that I'm going to do that, and give signed copies to anybody who wants, a copy. And I'm also going to do a reading online. So it's going to be kind of cool. So stay tuned for the details. I'll send it over to the Scoop.
Absolutely. Cool.
So check this out, y'all. I just caught something Brother Brandon just mentioned. He said he's going to put his book on discount soon. This is what I challenge our Scoop viewers, listeners, however you tune in to do. You have from now until he discounts this book to go to Amazon, purchase your book at full price so that when this goes on sale, you can come back, tell your mom and them, tell your people them, hey, I bought this book. It's dope. I learned. It's on sale. Now you go get your book. Okay. Let's support our creatives at their full price.
Full price.
And then put our people on so they can each one teach one with the extras. Okay. Because you got all this, for free 99 on this evening. So that's how we're going to pass the collection plate for our good brother on this evening. Go buy that full price book on Amazon. And yes, then click your Audible when it becomes on Audible. That's how you do that. Okay. That's support.
That's awesome. I love it. The book is $16.99 on Amazon and $6.99 for the digital version. So it's on there.
Let's go. $25. You got them both. Hook your brother up. Take them with you when you go.
Buy the book.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's get on into this main topic for this evening. We will do my ad at the end, just so you don't have to start doing all the mixing and mastering of the screens. So this evening we are going to talk about something that has bubbled up here, and we just got to get into this. How do we disagree and still work together in culture, community, and in our relationships? So much of our conversation, whether it be in the Scoop or just among our personal feeds, has been surrounding or has been just engulfed in how much we are on the opposite side of things. So much so that we're not talking about solutions on how we can actually come back to the middle and say, okay, yeah, I can see that. All right, I guess I can do that. You know what I mean? We've got so much, whether it be in love, whether it be in where we're going as a culture, together, what we ask from those on the outside of our community, there's no one accord anywhere. So tonight we want to talk about, instead of harping on the things that we disagree about, how can we solution this conversation so that we can get to the next stage? And what we're going to talk about tonight as one of those things is what you mentioned in our agenda when Coming to America. The movie that just most recently released, and we have been talking a lot about. And we also have, and I'm going to have you give us a little background as to why you chose these two conversations to support this main topic tonight. We're also going to talk about the Harry and Meghan interview with Auntie O that recently happened on Sunday. For y'all that don't know, Auntie O is Oprah. So there was an interview on Sunday that is also getting much circulation on the interwebs this week. So if you would, fill the people in. Let's add to this conversation. Why are we bringing these two vastly different topics in with this man?
Both of these represent the current thing that we are not disagreeing well about. I've seen black people call for canceling each other because you didn't like the movie or you liked the movie, and I'm like, I've seen us, we want to revoke black cards. You're not black enough. This is what's wrong with black. Like, we've gone all the way left because we disagree on a movie. I've also seen the same people who, some of the same people who told Megan she wasn't black enough before, now are like, you got to support her just because she black. I'm like, wait, but last year, she wasn't, she more white than black. She didn't want nothing to do with her black, you know, like, so I think these to me represent just the ADD of our community, where we can't first of all, we can't disagree well. We can't be consistent. We're scattered everywhere. And it's like, do we recognize what this does to us? And so how do we, my thing was, how do we get beyond that to a point where we say, let's move, how we move forward? How do we do this better? So that's why I chose these two.
Love it.
Makes sense. Yep.
Love it.
So Brandon, I'm gonna go to you first, because like you just mentioned with the breakdown of your amazing book that you have, you've obviously got some conversations, you got some info in your back pocket about this. So I'm very interested in what your thoughts are on this subject tonight.
You know, it's one of the things that really concerns me. The book that I wrote prior to the Redating was Your Guide to How to Have a Successful Black-Owned Business. Because I saw, and we can all attest to this, I've seen a lot of us try to start businesses, and a lot of us don't have resources, and we don't know where to turn and what to do. So I wrote a book about that. But what made me write the book is that I would see people, do business with a Black-owned business, and then something didn't go right, and they would rip that Black-owned business to shreds. Yeah. And I would just be sitting there going like, wow, like, why do we do this to each other? And then on the flip side, I also seen Black-owned businesses who have great concepts and ideas, but they don't have great procedures, and they have terrible customer service. So we got to deal with both of them, because I don't have to support you just because you're Black, but I should support you because you are Black and you have good, excellent customer service and products at a reasonable price. And so I wrote that book because I wanted to talk to people about on the business side, hey, we need to do better in some of these areas. And if you know you lacking, here's how you know you lacking. Now here's what you can do about it. But on the flip side, somebody needs to teach us how to put the unity in community, because we don't know how to do it. And right now, unfortunately, in the Black community, we don't have a leader. You know, they had the Dr. Kings and the Malcolm X's and the Nelson Mandelas. Who do we got? We wanted Obama to be our leader, but that's not his role. That's not the role he wants to play. So who do we turn to? And so I'm seeing now in our society, like some of our loudest Black voices are rappers and entertainers who might be speaking truth. I'm not, saying that they're not saying some good stuff, some of them, but that's our leaders. It's not the professor or the doctor, or it's the entertainer. And so we don't have unity, and we don't have nobody to follow. So then you throw social media in there, and it has made everybody believe that all of our opinions are equal and they all matter the same, and they all, yours, even though you might be 10 years in the business, if I feel strongly about this topic and I feel strongly about my opinion, even though it's solely based on nothing, absolutely nothing, I just feel this way, then my opinion matters just as much as yours. And no, it does not. It does not matter as much. And we need to know that. Sometimes we need to be quiet and we need to hush. Coming to America was not, in my opinion, as funny as the first one, but I loved it. It was a great, excellent Black movie where Black people were not shucking and jiving and tap dancing and sleeping with each other and fighting and in gangs and doing drugs. They weren't doing none of that. It was like Wakanda Part 2 to me. And I loved seeing all of those Black actors be excellent in a Black movie that was well put together, that had quality camera work, quality editing. It was quality costumes. It was some jackets I wanted to wear. I don't know where I'm wearing a nice Zamundin jacket. I don't know. I have to come up with some kind of event, maybe at my book signing online, with me a Wakanda Zamunda jacket. But I just loved seeing Black people do Black in an excellent way. And that's what I saw. So as long as it was black and excellent and it was nothing negative in that movie, I'm all for it. It's cool. I didn't belly laugh. I ain't gonna lie now. I was looking for it. I was trying. When Randy Jackson got on the stage, I laughed a little bit. I gave him a little bit of the chuckle. It was a little bit of a laugh. But other than that, I didn't get much out of it. But I love it, and I just think it's about unity. We got to learn how to celebrate each other. Me and Win, we got this little fun fight that we do online for about the last 4 or 5 years about Dunkin' Donuts versus Starbucks. But Win, no, it's all love here. I love what he's doing. I love his excellence. I love the topics that he approaches. I love the money mentoring he's doing. I just love seeing a black man, a good man, a man who loves God, doing something amazing and trying to add value to the community, not just make some money and screw folks over, but actually trying to add value to the community. We need to celebrate that stuff, and that's amazing to me. And if we do that, we'll have more unity with each other.
Absolutely.
You don't always have to agree with everything that he says, but you can respect the intention and the foundation that he's building. That makes all the sense.
So for me, I'll say this. For me, the movie was decent. Let me say this. So and so I think the movie was decent, and I agree with everything Brandon said in terms of the things that he liked about it. I thought the storylines were too much. Like he was trying to do too much. Yeah. So that's why, to me, I was like, and what I later realized is the part of me was sad watching it because I saw. It took me like 3 or 4 days to really process. Like, why does this movie kind of make me sad? Because I saw men who 30 years, and I know it was 30 years ago, but were strong, powerful figures. And I love to see strong, powerful men now look old. And I was like, oh my God. And so then that made me think, I'm getting old. So, oh my God.
It was grounding for you.
Yeah, so to see James Earl Jones and to see really it was Cleo when I saw him and I was like, bruh, it's thin and frail looking. And this is a man who, whether it be on Good Times or in this, was always a man of like powerful looking man. To see him, I was like, that to me brought a sense of like grief or mourning over me to see that. Because again, I know we're going to lose these people soon. You know, Arsenio ain't gonna be around forever. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be around. So I think for me, that was the part that to me I was just like, all right, okay, you know, but I know that's a part of life. So I mean, again, to me, it was decent. It was a decent movie.
To your point,
I did not.
To your point, when I was wondering, like, where's Aeolian? Like, where's she at? And I went and did my research, and she died in like 1995 or something. And I'm like, well, y'all didn't even like pay no homage to this lady. Like she gone. Like I just knew somebody was gonna pop up and go, Aeolian. I was waiting on it. And then they mentioned, oh, you know, what would your mom think? And he was
like that one little bitty scene. Yeah.
And then he just walked off. I was like, what would she think? Could you tell me what she would think, please? I thought we was gonna have a flashback or something. We didn't get nothing. Y'all just gonna let her just not be in the movie? So I agree.
Not a nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, Oha even got old. I was like, Oha. Oh, not oh. Yeah, I mean, so I think but again, when I saw that and I read the other people who were like, you know, I loved it or to me, it goes back to I thought that's okay. I'm okay with your opinion. Like, I'm not. I don't think you're less black. I don't think you're just. It was a movie. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's an opinion. It's entertainment. It's something that we had to, something that we got a chance to do. I appreciate it. You know, we needed a break from reality. All of that. I agree. I just think that as a community, we don't realize how reckless we can be and how we harm one another when we stay in that space, instead of using that as an opportunity to just be a community. Like the benefit, back to even earlier, we were talking about the male and female best friend. Like having these wonderful differing points of view is supposed to make us better. It's supposed to make us stop and go, why am I really fully thinking this through? Is taking in this information and using it to challenge my current thought process. Does it change? Do I need to expand how I think? Or can I just appreciate a person's different experience instead of going, you ain't black.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's
And
good.
that's what we have to get to, where it's like, you know what? I don't know, and being open to saying, I disagree with you today.
Yeah.
But there's a possibility that in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I might agree with you.
When I always say on my Facebook page, because I get into trouble on social media all the time. I'm sure you recognize this, Win. But I always say,
I like about you.
I always say you can disagree, but don't disrespect. Like, come on, guys. Like, I say that all the time. Like, you could disagree with me, but don't disrespect me. And I don't understand why we can't. Like, it's okay, even if it's something that's important. It's a big topic. Why can't we just disagree? And it's okay. It's
Right.
totally fine. Like, you can do that. You don't have to disrespect me. We don't have to fight. You don't have to come for me sideways and talk crazy to me. And first of all, you on my page. How you gonna get on my page on my doggone post and gonna try to tell me about me? You lost your rabbit mind. That's like coming into my house trying to check me, and you in my house. This is my page. Mark Zuckerberg gave me this page. This is my page. It got my name across the top. I can say what I want to say on my page, and you don't get on here talk crazy to me, yo mama. But I mean, I'm not mad. I'm just saying, yo mama. That's all. I'm just saying.
Disagree. I'll take it. Disagree, but don't devalue.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what I want. Like, let's disagree, but don't devalue one another because we disagree.
Yeah.
I also think it's okay to say I don't know.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Our generation of potential leaders has been brought up in a hybrid space of where we came up talking to each other, reaching out, talking to each other, collaborating with each other face to face. And we also came in on the cusp of what we're dealing with right now with the internet, social media. You don't really have to have any intimacy or actual relationship with the person to be in conversation with the person. You don't have any form of reference of tact, tone, intention or anything like that. So when we're having these very intense conversations about relationships, community, what we expect, what we need, we also have to remember that never in our existence or the existence of our ancestors have we had this much opportunity to wield the power that we wield right now. So while we're bickering back and forth and saying that we disagree, I think a lot of the times what we need to say is we don't know. We don't know what we need to do.
Absolutely.
We don't know what we want. We've never had the opportunity to tell anybody what we want. So much of our back and forth and reason why we don't get anywhere is because we don't know where we really need to go. We just don't know. I want to do it that way. All I know is I don't want to do it that way. And we have to realize that there's no shame in not knowing, especially when you're doing a new thing. And we would get better. We would have, because when we don't know and we're forced to feel like we should or we do, we then create a circumstance or a situation that makes us right. So now I got to pull from my very personal experience to create a solution for a very public issue and expect the public to agree with me. That doesn't happen. You can't, there's no way. You don't have my personal experience. But instead of just saying, I don't know, but let's talk about it. We're saying no, because the time when we did this, no, we didn't do that. You did that. But if we get in a room and talk about what we could do with your idea, her idea, our ideas, we might get somewhere.
That's good.
But I think a lot of this is just rooted in we don't know. We don't know how to stop cheating on each other. We don't know how to rebuild the Black community. We don't know how to really run our businesses. We don't know. We don't know.
And instead of, I agree. And instead of saying, "Hey, I tried this,
right,
and this didn't work," or "I tried this,
and it failed,"
or "I tried this, and it ain't working so far." But should I keep trying? Yeah. I think you're absolutely right.
That's good.
Right. That's good. That's real good. Yeah, I feel like, so Q, let me follow this up with this question then. So then how do we get to a space, or how do we create space? Because I don't think that I can think of, even in school, where we're supposed to ask questions and be truthful that we don't know, we don't really do that. So what do we need to do to create that space? Like, what's missing or needed for us to be able to be like, hey, it's good for us to not know and to be more ask more questions than we give more solutions.
We need to strip titles and facades. Really, that's a mindset thing. We can't get past who we think we are.
That's good.
That's it. You can't tell me nothing about nothing. Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
But if we all come into the room as nobodies trying to become something, we might be able to listen to each other. We too caught up on who we think we are with no proof.
Listen.
We're not willing to show we all failing. That's the only proof we got that we ain't winning it. In one point or another, and we need something from each other. So we got to strip ourselves of our stuff, and then we can get to something. Because everybody's watching us fight amongst ourselves with nothing.
Yep.
We fighting for nothing, because nobody knows what we fighting for, and they looking like they still ain't got to figure it out. Well, why we gonna go over here and do our thing.
Yeah. You know what was interesting, because I know Brandon and I both in the church world. That's a huge. I think if we did even in that realm, that would be a huge thing. Because y'all, I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all can't get me to let nobody be my spiritual father. That's just not going flowing with me, because that's the idea that comes with that. But if we could, like you said, all be humble, all strip titles, and just learn from one another, that would make such a huge impact, I think, in both directions. That's good.
James Fortune said, it's a lot of folks who are critics without credentials. And I almost threw my phone at the back of his head when I heard him say that, because, we're so quick to criticize. And to your point, we do it to make ourselves feel bigger and to make ourselves feel like we're greater than what we are. And, I love when you said strip the titles. That's one of the biggest issues. And when you can attest to this, when it comes to the church world, I hate these doggone titles. Everybody's a bishop, apostle, a prophet, a master prophet, a senior prophet, a cherubim, a seraphim, Eloah, Ikanda, like all these doggone titles. And it's like, who are you? Do you even know what you're talking about? Or you were just trying to seem grand and extra? And I don't get it. Like I love to get in a room and learn from other people. I love it. You have to become okay with being uncomfortable with not knowing everything, and to say, I just want to learn. I ain't got to teach. I ain't got to say. No, I just want to learn. And I've been in environments where everybody around me was richer than me and smarter than me. And you know what? Birds of a feather flock together. So if I'm the least rich in this room, if I'm the least smart in this room, I'm going to pick up something in this room that's going to help me get to being the next rich person in this room and the next smart person in this room. I don't have time for trying to fool a bunch of folks who I don't even like and a whole bunch of folks who don't even like me or don't even know me. And I'm trying to seem grand to them. For what? I'm who I am. And, I'll share this, that God, when I had a ministry for 7 years and we shut down, and I was just going to do it quietly. Like, I ain't want to tell nobody nothing. Like, listen, we're just going to be here today and we going tomorrow. But God said, I need you to share everything that happened. And I'm like, who? You want me to share what? I'm not about to tell these folks all my business. And he said, it's my business. It was my church. So I want you to tell them what happened. I want you to tell them what went down. And I was so embarrassed to have to sit on social media and tell a bunch of folks that, hey, y'all been watching me for years, and seeing what I'm doing. Let me tell you something. It doesn't always go the way you plan. And this thing didn't work out. But guess what? I'm still here. God still used me. I didn't write five books when I was pastoring. I wrote it afterwards. And God still values the person that I am. So I had to share those failures and let the world know that, you know what, everything is not perfect just because I'm saved or, because I had a church. Listen, stuff didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And when I shared that, more doors opened for me being honest about my failures than me trying to sit up here and act like I had it all together. I don't. I still don't.
That is.
Absolutely.
And won't. That's the thing. Every day we get up and we'll try it again. Every day we leave this earth in effort. Yeah. You know what I mean? In progress. You know what I mean? I have not met anyone. I've not heard a story of someone who has yet to still learn something. You know what I mean? Has been able to find a newness in something.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no get there. Like we always getting there. Always.
You know, it's interesting. If you ever get in the room with people who are supposedly made it, they ask the most questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm here to ask you questions. What you like, no, I need to know. What are you seeing? I'm like, what, me? I'm here to learn from you. I'm trying to get what you. No. Tell me what you. I'm like.
But that's how they become millionaires, though, because they're constantly seeking the knowledge. There's always, they know that in a moment somebody else can be the next new thing. Can be the next new
Obama. Yeah, Michelle Obama said you'd be surprised getting into a room with all these supposed big time folks. They not that smart. they still ask. They still in progress. They ain't got it all together. So I don't know why broke folks trying to act like we got it all together.
Good segment, y'all. Good job. What you say? It's hard, but we get a chance to get it right over and over again. That's true. True. I would say if you take nothing from this discussion, I think, Ebony, you said it the best. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, I keep giving you your real name. It's humility. I think we have to learn to approach everything from a place of humility. Whether it's I don't know, whether it's just listening, whether it's giving people space. I think that humility, like having a posture of humility, is what we in our community need. And I absolutely understand that a lot of our days are spent trying to fight for the space to feel human, but humility doesn't take away from your humanity. It actually, over time, will probably increase it, because you get to see all of the things that, you get more exposure. You get to see all the things that you about yourself that you might not see, or the things that you're probably fighting that really you don't have to, that you really don't have to fight. So good segment. Q, you want to go ahead and do your?
Yeah. So on the cusp of Women's Month, because that's what I'm calling it. It's Women's Month. I wanted to show and remind everyone that Elegance by Design creates hair care products for the entire family, but especially for us women who have all kinds of different hair types. We have different hair issues, hair woes, hair stresses. And it is always clutch when you find a product that does what it says it's going to do, the way it says it's going to do it consistently. Elegance by Design has strived since its inception to be that business, to be that product for you and your family. So I encourage you to visit elegancebydesign.com. Click around, check out the reviews, watch the videos, ping me if you got some questions, hit my inbox. This sexy shea butter that you see flashing up here on the screen is our flagship product, and it is amazing. It helps to heal your skin issues. If you have skin issues, I've got some glowing reviews for my mamas with these babies with eczema. I don't want to say that too loud because Zuck don't like us to tell the truth about our products when they fixing our skin, but it does. It takes care of your hair and your skin. If you are getting ready to put your hair up in a box braid situation, any type of long-term styling, this product is going to be a one for that. Oh, and honey, yes, if you like somebody to rub on that good, that Jolly Milk that you got up there, that sexy shea butter is what you need. Okay, it gets it done. This video right here is going to just kind of put some truth to my words and show you just how beautiful all these women can be. All these women are, with the help of, because they slay with or without Elegance by Design. I'm just a supplement, okay? But I just want you to get a quick snip of how you and yours can also be super fly with Elegance by Design.
You. Ooh, ooh, that's just what I do, and that's just how we do it, yeah, that's just how.
Hey. Thank you.
So every time that song come on,
every time.
Yeah, that's right. It's gone. It's back on.
Like 18 seconds, some random number. Who does 18 seconds? Like, who does that? Anyway, all right, now that we got that out of the way, I am so excited to bring on our good sis, because sis been working, okay? Like, I have to give super kudos to our fire starter, because sis has been podcasting it up. She's moonlighting all over these interwebs, and I love that she is sharing that fire with the people. So I'm not even gonna get a long introduction today. I'm just gonna say, hey sis, congrats to you and your movement, because I see you, and give you all of your time to get on here and share the good word with the people. Hey girl.
Okay. How are we doing, my people? I am here, honey. This is your girl, Cicely Victoria, owner and founder of Passion International. My business tree is to help train and equip people to find their voice of identity so they can stop people pleasing and be empowered, encourage confidence and communication. I'm a certified professional coach. I'm a counselor as well. I am the queen of empowerment, and I set people's lives on fire for a living. That's why they call me the fire starter. Welcome to Passion Talk, where we give you practical tools for everyday living so you can press into your personal power. Hello to my QEQ, my Winnie Win, and now you are Brandy Brand, okay? I am just meeting you today, and shout out to my Kelly Kells. I love you, squad. What up, nation? Let's go for it. It is Women's History Month, as the Queen has already stated. Happy Women's History Month to you. So in kind fashion, I thought that it would be good to bring a spotlight to you about how to be an irresistible woman. Okay? Okay. How to be an irresistible woman. Now listen, I'm just sharing a few things today that has kept me in the running, fire starter in the running, with men who will be our focus and our feature for today. But these tips in regard to being an irresistible woman, it's not just about being with a man. It's also how I've been in the running with everyone else dominantly over the years, professionally, friendships, family, associates, community, etc. Okay. Now, when you're great, you're always going to have, a hater too, okay? So this ain't, universal for everybody. But for the most part, this stuff works. And I've heard out on, the streets that sometimes women just apparently may be challenged in, I don't know, being entreated by men, being attracted to men or others, being magnetic, if you will. So I want to just share some things, because I just need to say that Firestarter never had them issues, okay? I never had them issues. I am not male pursuit deficient. It's the right kind of man that I'm deficient of. But I get tension, okay? So because of that, and it's nothing really special about me, honestly, okay? I believe I'm, looking good, sister keeping herself together, and all of that. That's fine and well, but it's more to it than that, okay? And so I just want to add something to the pot in regard to some of the things that maybe we don't consider as it pertains to being an irresistible woman, okay? So, ladies, I want you to give your own examples in the chat as I'm sharing. And as I'm sharing these tips, tell what has worked for you as well, and feel free to add to it, okay? Each one teach one. We are all in this together, and I'm here to encourage my sisters. So this is a part one. I probably will have to do this in a two-part series because I got a lot of juicy content in regard to this. All right. So number one, get your pens and your paper out and take your notes. Be kind. Huh? Can we talk? Be kind, be happy, and smile. Huh? Every queen that's watching this cast right now, just cast a smile across your face. Just smile. You ain't gotta have no reasons. Just smile because it's Tuesday. Just smile because it's March 2021. Just smile. There is nothing quite more unattractive than a woman with a dank attitude in general. A boo-boo face, if you will. Now, I'm going to give you some exceptions here because If you're PMSing or you're not really feeling well, hey, fire started with you. I get it. All right. I get it. As Q said, baby girl been working and mama a little physically tired, but you know, we keep pushing. And I'm still smiling. Hello. I'm still smiling. Men love women who smile, ladies. Men love women who smiles. It's the number one compliment that I get from a man in regard to external features that they love. So many women aim to showcase their other externals, their butt, their breasts, their thighs, etc. Listen, but a lady, a smile is the initial most valuable feature you can present a man. Now, ladies, in order to be smiling sincerely, you have to work on the reasons to smile. And that has to do with your joy and happiness level. That's a whole nother cast altogether. Okay. But my strong suggestion is that you intentionally cultivate your joy from the inside out. That causes you, provokes, if you will, you to be a happy person in general. So a smile would not be a big stretch for you if you're happy, right? Come on. It should be easy. So when you're encouraged to do so, it shouldn't be a problem for you to do so when you're already happy. Number two, how you can be an irresistible woman. Number two, I need we beautiful feminine creatures to be fashionable and to smell good. Number two is be fashionable and smell good. Listen, be stylish, be different, but get familiar also with your pheromones, okay? Every woman has a different type of pheromone, and you should be familiar with yours, all right? If nobody else's. Get scents that enhance your aroma. No woman is one size fits all, and we don't all smell the same. No, we do not. So some women are good for clean and crisp scents. Some women are good for floral scents with their pheromones. Some women are good for fruity scents. Typically, that's the millennials, y'all, okay? You don't be in your 50s walking around with no fruity scents. I promise you that is not your pheromone, okay? And you need to get in touch with what's going on with your body in that decade, okay? But me, myself, I'm more of an earthy kind of woodsy scent kind of girl, okay? Again, I keep up and keep in touch with my pheromones. Now, this will change as you change and evolve as a woman. You should not, as I just mentioned, be wearing the same scents in your 30s as you did in your 20s. I guarantee you it has changed, okay? And you're probably not smelling like yourself as you should. You'll catch that tomorrow, okay? So your pheromones have evolved, ladies. You grow, you evolve. Our skin cells shed every 7 years, okay? You become legit like a new body every 7 years. So why don't you think that your pheromones are evolving as well? Your smells change, your aroma changes, so you must evolve with them. Pay attention to your body scents, please. Not just your deodorant, that's important too. But pay attention to your body scent and it will let you know. Now, let's talk about these body shapes for a minute. Know how to get the best wardrobe for your body that accentuates your best features. If I started going to school you, little science, okay? Little science lesson. There are three main body types for women. There's the ectomorph, there's the mesomorph, and there's the endomorph. Now, the ectomorphs are long and lean people, and they have a hard time gaining weight. They can eat whatever they want to. They typically ain't gonna put on no weight, all right? That's not my issue. I wish I had that problem, all right? That's the ectomorph, okay? The endomorphs, they have a lot of body weight and a lot of muscle, and they gain weight easily. They're not necessarily overweight, but they're heavier and rounded. That's the endomorph. Now, the mesomorphs, they're athletic and solid and strong. They both gain weight and lose weight easily and can usually eat what they want without worrying about it. So I'm like a mix between this endomorph and mesomorph, all right? So get to know your body type first and foremost. And when you know your body type, you will typically also know the best type of cuts and fashions, if you will, that will complement the type of body that you are, all right? You know about the pear shape, the apple shape, so on and so forth. Get to know the type of body that you're in to see what fashions will best complement it. Now, as long as I'm working out consistently, you know, being a mix between that endomorph and mesomorph, I'm good. But the moment that I stock off my workout, I'm still eating the calories that I typically do every day, it's going to creep up on me real quick. So identify yourself, all right? If that's you, be honest. Now, as for fashions, if you need to, if fashion does not come just naturally to you, go ahead and get a fashion designer, okay? Listen, let me help you. Public service announcement, PSA. Men do not see your personality first. Huh? Men do not see your personality first. I believe I got one of the dopest personalities on the planet, but trust they not seeing that first, okay? So they come in contact with me. They see your presentation. Listen, men have to be attracted to what they see. So, my beautiful queens, you need to go to the gym and work it out, all right? Enhance yourself to beautify your features because men like pretty. Repeat after me. Men like pretty. Yes, they do. Okay. All right. Number three, I need you to have allurement, but don't be desperate. To be an irresistible woman, you need to have allurement, but don't be desperate. All right. It's a difference. Men typically don't like women who are obviously trying too hard. Whew, I'll say that again. Men typically don't like women that are obviously trying too hard. Nobody really likes that, honestly, men or women. How do you know that you're trying too hard? I'm gonna help you out. You're typically too revealing and you're leaving nothing open to the imagination. You display and showcase that you are thirsty. And what does thirsty equal? Easy. Thirsty equals easy to men. Okay. Men don't care for women who are easy. Listen, although they will take advantage. Men don't care for women who are easy, although they will take advantage. So don't have all your goodies out on display and then be surprised when an onlooker wants to get a sample. Now you're mad. Okay. You be mad because somebody wants a sample. It's okay to leave crumbs out on the floor, ladies. It's okay to leave crumbs, but please stop leaving, brothers, these loaves of bread. Some of y'all dropping whole loaves, and I'm gonna need you to get your life, okay? Stop it. Stop with these whole loaves of bread. Don't be so apparent that you're looking for some tension. All right, that's number three. Number four, to be an irresistible woman, be not needy. I know a little reverse on the words there. Be not needy. To be irresistible men. Whew. Could you please stop begging for attention? Stop begging for men to love you. As a matter of fact, to let you in on a secret, Firestarter knows, I've been here. It's more attractive to a good man when you don't pay that close attention to him. Listen, I know it don't sound like it's true, but it is. Y'all don't know. When you don't pay that close attention to him, because why? He loves the hunt and the chase. A right man, a good man loves the hunt and the chase. So don't make it too easy for him. This is the gripe I have with many women. This is the gripe that Firestarter has with many women. Let me take a bunny trail right here. Listen, the issue that I have with these women is because you're emasculating our men. You're taking their balls away, okay, to be quite frank. And you're permitting him to not be the hunting man that he was born to be. Men were born to hunt. It's in their DNA. God gave it to them, honey. And you trying to take it away. So now, when you emasculate him and you don't allow him to be who he's purposed to be, we have these prima donna men. Come on. We have these prima donna men, many of them walking around these streets, got you mad. Why? Because they're waiting for you to pursue them. Come on. They're waiting for you to come after them. They're waiting for you to chase them down and then making you feel like they're doing you a favor by talking to you. Boy, bye. Come on now. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. All right. Number five, to be an irresistible woman. Queens, Q already let you know what Firestarter been up to. Be about your business. Be about your business. Men love women that have their own lives, have their own friends, have their own business, have their own money, have their own car. They love all of that, okay? Men don't like women who are just waiting for him to give them something to do. Come on, y'all. Men don't like women just waiting for them to give them something to do. Don't just be sitting at home, waiting for him to call, waiting for him to take you out, waiting for him to tell you how pretty you are. Baby, I need you to live your life, okay? Live your life. And as you're living your life and going about your way, that man that is purposed to be drawn to you will catch you in the path, all right? They will be with you in the path. Men are attracted to women that are living their life, purposeful women, okay? Intentional women. Listen, even if you don't have anything to do, okay? I need you to pretend like you do, all right? You ain't got no business. You ain't got really, nothing that keeps you just always going. It's okay. Pretend like you got something to do, okay? This is the point. Don't be too available. Please don't ever be too available, because again, that reeks of a low caliber, basic desperation type of energy. All right? Very good. Number 6, we're going to close with this for the part 1 series. Queens, I need you how to be an irresistible woman. Be confident. Be confident. Be confident. Men can pick up on the energy that you are needy and on thirst mode. And guess what? It repels them. Yeah, it repels them. Confidence is an assurance. It's a security within yourself. It's not cocky or conceited, okay? Don't get it twisted. It's a very hairy line. It's a balance, but you can get it. The secret is to know, this is the secret, lean in close. Firestar gonna let you know. The secret is to know that you got it going on, but it isn't obvious that you know you got it going on. The secret is to know that you got it going on, but it isn't obvious that you know that. That's the secret, okay? Thank me later, all right? I'll give you my cash out, okay? Just like, listen, remember our teaching about confidence character builders. Confidence character builders. Listen, I'm going to leave you with this reminder of a piece of some of my favorite teachings. 5 things that confident people don't do. 5 things that confident people don't do. This is how you can work on your own confidence. These are types of insecurities. Number 1, confident people don't talk down on themselves. That's not attractive. No. Nope, no false humility. No, woe is me. Don't, really, because nobody cares, honestly, okay? So don't talk down on yourself, all right? Really, nobody's listening. That's 1. Number 2, confident people don't back themselves out of their own opportunity or prospect. Confident people don't back themselves out of their own opportunity or prospect. Number 3, confident people don't size themselves up with another. Please, once and for all, you must deal vehemently with your comparison issues. You got comparison-itis, you want to deal with that, okay? I know it's humane. I know it makes, you get it honestly, but you must contend for that place to stand in your own uniqueness and your difference and your distinction. Number 4, confident people don't make other people feel bad to make themselves feel good. Oh, that's one of my favorite. Ooh. Listen, confident people don't make other people feel bad to make themselves feel good. And finally, confident people do not settle because they are confident that their vision will come to pass. Listen, those are part 1 of the 6 ways in how to be an irresistible woman. Questions, comments, concerns? How we doing? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Women, happy Women's History Month. Firestarter's gift to you. Listen, let's be irresistible in this hour. We got stuff to do. We got stuff to do. This has been your girl, Cicely Victoria.
Hey, sis, yeah. Tell us about Dear Firestarter. Tell us about.
Yes, please listen. Okay, y'all been shy out there in regard to Dear Firestarter letter. All right, and got the post. We're gonna put some more posts out. I'm gonna make a quick video to invite you in. But if you want to have a free mini coaching session with the Firestarter, I'm here for you. Okay. We're trying to help the people with the problems. All right. And y'all not speaking up. You want to stay raggedy. We ain't here for that. All right. So listen, you got to send your letter to firestarterpassion@gmail.com. Address the 3 questions that are on the post. What is the issue? What have you done to address the issue? How would you like Firestarter to help? You do not have to go live with me on the scoop in order to get your coaching. You can be anonymous and I can still address the issue and you can hear me address the matter. Okay. So it's no brainer. All right. So you can be anonymous. You can go live, get free. Listen, I don't like free. Okay. Free. I'm all out of free. Complimentary. You can get complimentary coaching. Listen, you can get complimentary. Okay. Complimentary coaching on behalf of the Firestarter because I love you, baby. I love you. And I want to see you better. Okay. So please reach out to me. We're trying to help you out and include this in the segment of the scoop. So be looking out for the post and get your letter in. Firestarterpassion@gmail.com. Or for your future coaching needs, you can also reach me there. Good?
Good.
Okay, if that is it, my QQ, what happened? I don't know what Winnie Win is. Brandy Brand, it was so nice to meet you. You are a blessing on the show today. I appreciate that. And until next time, I want you to stay in purpose. There he is. Stay in purpose, stay in passion, stay in power, and stay on fire. This is your girl, Cicely Victoria, the Firestarter. Until next time, I will see you next month. Mwah. I love you. Bye.
Nice.
All right.
Bye.
All right, y'all. This has been a good show. Really good time. Really good time. So,
Yep.
Brandon, thanks for being here. We definitely about to have you back, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely dope. So, all right, Q, you got any final thoughts, questions, comments? Nope. Okay.
Not really.
Brandon, thoughts, comments,
Have
questions?
a beautiful week.
No.
I'm just, I thank you all so much. Check out my book, Redating, on Amazon and follow me on all social media at @DBrandonCampbell. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
All right, y'all. Good show. Have a good night. We out of here. We're going to bed. Y'all have a good week. We'll be back next Tuesday with another great show. So don't miss out. But again, if you're watching the replay, hit the share button. And yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday. Next Tuesday for another great show. I don't even know what we're talking about next week, but we'll figure it out. So,
We got time.
you said what?
We got time.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Oh, new music? No, not new music. Never mind. I just haven't heard it in a while.
Okay, this is old. That's all.
But I love you and I love y'all, and I'm going to bed.
Talk to you.
All right.
And do you believe that you can overcome it all within yourself? I'll treat you deepest parts of your heart, are you happy with your find? Is it a life better the more the tears you cry? And if you believe that you can overcome it all within yourself, that it all you can call on you, I'll treat you well.